Especially if you're working with an existing site, you want to take a look and see if there are any duplicate content, whether that be articles or images on your website. Luckily, there are a few free tools that you can use to double check for any of this duplicate content. The first is Copyscape. You simply paste in your URL. That's going to scan the web and see if there's any duplicate content. So you can do that. You can check for all of the main pages that you're working with as you're trying to rank them. Likewise, you have SiteLiner, and now SiteLiner actually checks for duplicate content on your own site. So if there are any URLs that Google actually sees as two separate pages, but you intend to see just one, it will let you know if there's an issue there. A lot of times with all the content management systems out there, we can easily have duplicate content on our website without even realizing it. So to give you an example, look at these 4 URLs here. They're very, very similar, and they'll all go to what looks like the same page to us, but Google will actually see these as 4 separate pages. So that's what can cause a problem for us, and that's what we want to check for. So with SiteLiner, again, we just paste in our URL, we click go, and it'll let us know if there's any problems. Now here it's saying that we have 2 pages with duplicate content. Now if you look, it goes to the home page, and this one goes to the home page as well. So this is an example of what I was talking about. This one is just livelonandprosper.com, and the second one is livelonandprosper.com/index.html. So that's an issue you'd want to look into. Now next we want to check for images, and one way we can do this is simply just by going to Google Images, and we can click this camera icon here, and we can either paste in a URL of our image, or we can actually upload an image and we can do a search on Google for that. So even if people have changed the name of your image, you can still pull up copies of your actual image. So if I were to go to the website, I could grab a URL and I could insert that here and do a search. Looks like I'm the only one here who has that particular image. But again, I can go through and I can grab different images on the site, and I can see if anybody else is using those as well. For images, there's also a browser extension called Search by Image, and you can use this to do quick searches of different images and see if anybody's using those as well. If you do find anyone else using your text or your images, of course, you can contact them to ask them to remove that, would be the very first step, so that way there's no duplicate content out there.